When he came into the classroom that day, I was enthralled. He was my 4th grade teacher's friend, and he used to fly planes looping through the air with the American flag painted on both their sides. He told us how fun it was to parachute down and gave us each a little model fighter jet. I cradled mine in my hands, dreaming of soaring, of flight, of freedom from school. When I came home that day, I was still enthralled. I told my mother, "Man, he's an American hero. He protected us all in the war and had fun." "Don't you know?" my ma asked, her brows furrowed with frustration and despair. "Don't you know that people like us died at his hands? At the hands of that big American Air Force man? Don't you know that he tear-gassed little Vietnamese children just like you? Did you know it feels like having a chili pepper rubbed in your eyes? How could he tell you it was fun? It was for bloodshed and glory of war, for protecting democracy and peace. They never asked me to come in and talk about our side." A branch snapped off my family tree. I watched the leaves disintegrate in Agent Orange, the names of my family left in Vietnam burning up on the waxy surface of the leaves. And that's when I knew I could never bring together home and school. Multiracial Vietnamese. Half my family is war stories, horror stories, refugee stories, stories of strength, but at what cost? We call it the American War in Vietnam. And after 40 years, my Met in her perfect English rarely calls the USA home. Some children can't trace their own family trees back past 2 generations or fewer because they've been pruned by war and genocide. Genocides that go unrecognized because the only one worth learning about is the Holocaust. School never taught me about the My Lai massacre, the babies on bayonets, the American priests who raped refugees, or the children who drowned before they got here, crushed in warm waters between fishing boats and the boats supposed to save them. No, we just learned about political uprisings by hippie college kids in the US. Privilege is learning your history without having to search for it. My family is my roots, keeping me grounded in the soil of the world that surrounds us. In the soil of school, I feel the scars on our branches, even though I wasn't there when they were cut, pruned, sheared off, burned. But I'm here now, and I feel them. It's called intergenerational trauma, and my school never taught it. They think it may affect the DNA of future generations, twisting the double helix with the pain of war and loss until it collapses in on itself. I hope that future generations with their twisting DNA can learn their histories, the truth, the power of intergenerational trauma. I hope that these children know that we are enough.